Kicking this one off with our dear friend Candice Owens. Well. This is it. This is what happens when you try to play the game. Try to play the game, but the game played you. As simple as that. Listen, and they'll tell you straight. Talk to them properly, and they'll tell you straight. Listen, they'll tell you, we don't respect you, but respect the man who respects himself. End of story. That's real talk. Now, according to her own Twitter page, okay, I'll go with that. Her own Twitter page, she's made a serious, wild, well, let's call it a wild allegation. Put it that way up to now, okay? So, simply, her words, her Twitter page. 2 days ago, I was contacted by a high-ranking employee of the French government. After determining this person's position and proximity to the French couple, I have deemed the information they gave me to be creditable enough to share publicly in the event that something happens. In short, this person claims that the Macrons have executed upon and paid for my assassination. Yes, you read that correctly. More specifically, that the green light was given to a small team in National Gendarmerie Intervention Group. In the National Gendarmerie Intervention Group, I am told that one Israeli is on this assassination squad and the plans were formalized. Again, this person provided concrete proof that they are well placed within the French government apparatus. Further to this point, this person claims that Charlie's assassin trained with the French Legion 13th Brigade with multi-state involvement. Journalist Xavier Passard's life is also at risk. This is seriously dangerous. This is deadly serious. This is deadly serious. The head of state of France apparently wants us both dead and has authorized professional units to carry this out. I ask that every person retweet and share this. I do not know who in the American government can be trusted, since this source claims our leaders are aware. But I have more specific information which is definitively verifiable. Should they care to reach out to me. To the brave official in France who did this because they were so moved by the evil of Charlie's public execution to risk their own life. To the brave official who did this because they were so moved by the evil of Charlie's public execution to risk their own life. May God bless you, truly. Let all be revealed. She later on, further on her page, writes, exactly 1 year before they murdered Charlie, they tried to murder me. Americans are being assassinated on American soil, and agencies within our own government are aware we've lost this country. Right. Now, it's a very wild assertion, a very wild accusation. Is Candice Owens that important enough to want to be taken out? No. She's not a senior political figure like that. The people they go for are the very high flying, like the real, top journalists, political figures, okay, leaders of countries, and many of these are normally like coup d'états, or which means government's been overthrown, and then they remove the leader, or they normally have puppet leaders anyway, or they just back regimes as such, you know what I mean? So by proxy, as it were. But in this case, as it is, Candice Owens, no. However, she made, well, it'd be pretty bait, as they say on the street, since she made the allegation that Macron's wife was a man. Remember that? And obviously they're going through that now, funnily enough, to prove it be the case or not. So in a way, it would be ideal to get rid of her while the case is ongoing. So if she's gone, then obviously there'd be no need to prove that she's a man or not. That makes sense. But Candice Owens is just, let's go back a bit. I remember when she first emerged on the scene. Go back before that, she had a discrimination case in the States, ironically enough, which I think, which went through. Apparently, because of the case, she had some exposure, some publicity, and from there she wanted to ride that wave. So when the case finished, she somehow jumped on the bandwagon, somehow, some way she got picked up as a coloured, quote, brackets, coloured ethnic face to carry out the right wings, right wings work, as it were. The token, not going to say the word, but I'll say moon, the token moon, to do the dirty bidding, as it were. And here she is now. Here she is today. However, I've noted that she's fallen out with the right wing, with the right wing brigade, as it were. So she's not on there, or not in their good books. What she did do, which was quite good, was secure the bag with that English member, a lower ranking member of the English establishment, which was a good move to do. Obviously, she had children with him, etc. Gotten with him, so she can always hire to England if she wants to. But hey, is there an attempt on her life? Let's review some of what she said. It could be fiction to get attention. Come on, now they do. Probably fiction to get attention, to get noticed. Made it all up, because keep myself in the picture, keep myself in the public eye, because they're just going through the case right now, aren't they? But she's keeping it there, keeping it in the fore by bringing this forward. The person may not exist. Whoever notified her may not even exist. Maybe all nonsense, but you don't know. You know what I mean? Saying she's verified it, maybe the person was being smart. Maybe it might be someone sent to warn her, to hold it down, But hey, you know what I mean? There's a number of things to look at here, She mentioned Charlie Kirk. Apparently they were good friends. There's the whole thing about Charlie Kirk at the moment, with her saying a few things about Charlie Kirk's wife, and this, that, the other one. Maybe it's a right-winger who's, part of the right-wing camp, who's just taken it upon themselves to put her in her place, put her in a little black box, as it were, But ultimately, it's an allegation. At the moment, it's a wild assertion, but we shall see. If anything happens to her, then boy, it is what it is. But as it stands, she needs to deal with this case regarding what she said about Macron's wife being a male. So yeah. Anyhow, it is what it is. We'll keep an eye on this, and if something happens to Candice, then boy, well, it is what it is. If happens to her, then, like I said, she'd have played the game, but the game played her. All right then, later.